All right, guys, Joe McDonough back with MyMMAnews.com, joined by UFC's Sean Woodson. Sean, how are you?
Wonderful, man. Can't wait to fight. Counting down the days.
Absolutely, man. And it's been almost exactly a year since your last fight. When this fight happens in June, I know you were scheduled at the end of 2020. That didn't happen. Do you like that long layoff? I mean, it seems like throughout your career, you've been a pretty active guy.
Yeah, no, these long layoffs, man, are for the birds. I do not like them. Yeah, if I could have it my way, I'd fight every 3 to 4 months.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I'm hoping we get back to after this fight.
And coming off your first professional loss, did that have anything to do with the layoff? And what were the biggest lessons in the sense of that first loss?
Yeah, no, that didn't have anything to do with the layoff. I know I watch a lot of fights and I see a lot of times when guys do take their first loss, they say, "Oh, I want to take some time to, sharpen my game up or, cover up these holes or whatnot." But that wasn't the case with me. Right after, that same night I was blowing up my manager, telling him, get me back in there ASAP. I want to get this bad taste out of my mouth ASAP. And he got me set up for November, and then I sustained an injury. I had to pull out of that fight, and here we are. And you asked me, what did I take from that fight?
Yeah, just the biggest lessons from the first pro loss.
Yeah. The biggest lesson, man, honestly, what I took from that fight, hard to believe probably, but was that I belong there. I was nowhere near prepared as I normally am going into that fight, and my opponent, he had 3 to 4 times as many fights as me. And I remember in that first round, I was, waiting to feel like, that experience difference. Maybe him coming me with something I haven't seen before or, something like that. But, that wasn't the case. I definitely felt like my skills were, leagues above his. And, being at 20 to 30% of myself, I still had that fight won. The only thing that, halfway through the first, I was tired. I remember thinking like, man, shit, I'm gassed out right now. I'm tired as hell. And, but yeah, the biggest thing I took from that fight was this is where I belong. I belong on the biggest stage. I belong in the UFC.
That's absolutely where you belong, and I can't wait to see that fight in June.
Appreciate that.
When you get into kind of that moment where you're in the middle of the first or second or third, whatever, and kind of gassing out, you can feel it coming. What's going through your head essentially? Does it kind of turn into I'm throwing the game plan out, and this is a brand new fight now?
Yeah, that was my first time ever experiencing that. Normally my cardio is, on point. That's something I think I'm known for, is having great cardio and not gassing out, not getting tired. So yeah, when it happened in that fight, like I said, halfway through the first, I was gassed out. I there weren't much thought, there wasn't much thinking. I just was on autopilot mode, just doing what I've been doing all my life, just fighting, and I just fought to the best of my ability.
Absolutely, man. And Youssef Zalal, a fun fight upcoming in June. Talk to me about this. Why was Youssef the opponent that, or was it kind of the UFC offered this? You got excited like us fans are, and let's do it.
Oh yeah, it was nothing more than just, this is the guy that the UFC offered to me. I don't turn down fights. They can send me a blank contract and I'll sign it. It doesn't matter who the opponent is. So yeah, they came to me with Youssef, and I was more excited about the date than anything. Especially during this COVID time. Most fights that they match up are on 2 to 3 weeks notice. So I was praying to get a fight with at least 6 to 8 weeks. I'm a guy that cuts a lot of weight to make 145. And then they came to me with June 5th, and we were 12 weeks out, and I was just super happy about that. It could have been anybody, and I was going to sign for it and be down for it.
Absolutely, man. And Youssef Zalal, a Fun Factory X product. I mean, what are the expectations for this fight? Going in with that guy.
Yeah, like you said, Factory X is one of the most well-known gyms in the world. And Youssef is a really good fighter. He started off his UFC career at 3-0. He dropped his last two, but even that, those were the two solid opponents, and both of those were on short notice. So I don't take anything from him. I don't discredit him for that at all. But yeah, this matchup, man, he's an exciting fighter, and I feel like I'm an exciting fighter too. So I feel like either way you cut it, this won't be a boring fight. It's going to be an exciting fight no matter what.
That's for sure, and can't wait for that one. Now tell me. like you said, COVID times, all this, the world's been a shit show for the last year and a half, essentially.
Yeah.
Tell me about your 2021. Like you said, we didn't get to see you in November of 2020. What's, I know you've been training, I know you've been, but explain to me your 2021, going through all of this and compared to your 2020.
Well, yeah, 2020, it was, brand new, and it was hard adjusting to it. You had to figure out, how to train. I was doing a lot of sneaking around and training and, all that. But 2021 is more back. Things are getting more back to normal. More consistent training. And my bad, there's the lights flashing. Is that?
No
Are we
worries,
good?
man.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
we're good. Yeah. More consistent training. Pretty much back to normal. I'm training like I used to train, and yeah, I've just been, instead of dwelling on my last loss and letting it get the best of me mentally, I've just been waiting and preparing for my day to do something about it, and that's right around the corner.
And like you said, you would fight every 3 months. You'd sign a blank contract. You want to get in the cage. That's very
Damn
clear.
right.
Has this last year, although you haven't been, fighting and you've been waiting to get back in the cage, has it almost been good for your career in a sense of just kind of sharpening the tools and everything in the last year?
Yeah, that's a way you could. Yeah, you could definitely look at it that way. Because throughout this whole time, like you say, I've just been sharpening my tools, getting better, and just being more prepared for sure. But yeah, I mean, I want to get in there every 3 to 4 months. But yeah, with all this time to prepare, I've taken, I've made huge gains in my strength and conditioning and my ground game for sure. Throughout this whole time, even though I haven't had a fight booked, I've been staying on my top of my strength and conditioning, getting physically stronger, getting myself to a position where I can where I'm stronger, but I can also make the weight easier, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And yeah, I've just been focusing on my ground game more than ever.
And I can only imagine that 2021, although we are, getting into, we're in May now, is going to be a busy year for you. I imagine you'll be in there 3 times at least.
Yeah, oh yeah, that's what I'm planning. That's what I'm hoping for sure. After I pick up this win June 5th, I'm gonna, as soon as they put a mic in front of my face, I'm gonna make it known that, I want to be active this year. I want to fight at least, like you said, 3 times. I'm a big guy that cuts a lot of weight, but if they give me 8 weeks notice, ahead, I can fight every 3 months.
And we've got a big card coming up this weekend, 262. Any predictions? I mean, Ferguson, Dariush, Chandler, Oliveira. Any prediction here?
Oh yeah, I can make predictions. You want me to make predictions on all of them?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So Ferguson and Dariush, I'm a huge Tony Ferguson fan. I think it's a shame how him and Khabib never got to match up or whatever. But yeah, I think Dariush is going to take that one. Chandler and Oliveira, that's a hard one to pick because I feel like Oliveira is his skills are better. He's the better fighter, overall. But I feel like Chandler is just one of them guys that just finds a way to make it happen. You know what I'm saying? I felt like Hooker was the more well-rounded and more technical guy too, but he found a way to make it happen. So yeah, that's a really hard one to pick. I can see Oliveira totally outclassing him, but I can see Chandler going in there and landing a bomb on him. But if I had to put money on it, I'm picking Oliveira.
Yeah, I agree. And Chandler just has that mentality, that gut feeling where you're just like, I can't bet against this guy. Like
exactly, man.
He's a good guy. He just works hard. He's all that stuff.
That's what makes it so hard to pick.
Exactly, because I think Oliveira, skill wise, is going to win. But
yeah,
all that stuff. So Contender Series returning this summer. What advice would you give to up and comers that are getting that call now from Dana White saying, hey, you're going to come on in July, August, whatever? What's the biggest piece of advice you'd give?
To stay ready, really, to just to stay ready. Well, what's the biggest advice I would give to somebody who already has the opportunity?
Got the call.
Yeah. Just approach it like any other fight. Don't pay no attention to no crowds, and they don't let you get any walkout music, and there's no UFC on the gloves, and little things like that. But none of those things matter. The biggest and I know there's a lot of pressure to get the finish on a Contender Series, you know what I'm saying? But there's just a lot of pressure with fighting as is. So I would just say, just go out there, be yourself, and only focus on what matters.
Absolutely, man. And last one for me here. Do you have a prediction for us against Youssef Zalal?
both of our backs are against the wall here. You know, he's coming off a 2-fight losing streak. I'm coming off of my first loss. You know, I feel like there's a lot riding on this fight for both of us. So because of that, I feel like, you know, I know fighters say it all the time, you know, this won't go to the judges, it won't go to, but yeah, that's how I feel. I truly feel like this fight won't go to the judges.
And they just came out today that Dana White's giving out $75,000 for bonuses tomorrow night. So maybe by then it's $75,000.
For real, you are lying. For real?
Yeah, Tony Ferguson asked for it in the press conference, and Dana White delivered. It's now 75. Now I don't know if that's
crazy.
I don't know if that's just for tomorrow night, or if that's something moving forward.
It better not be. It better be. Yeah, it better be moving on. It better be permanent.
It's in June. Yeah, hopefully it's in June.
You're gonna get the whole roster better be like, keep that. The whole roster we need to come together and be like, the 50 is gone, keep the 75. Yeah, damn right.
I love it. And Sean, hopefully you'll be winning that $75,000 for performance of the night in a big win in June, man. Thank you very much.
Appreciate your time, man. Thank you.